and welcome back to the farm. It's a rainy day and it's going to be raining off and on all day. But I'm learning that I can use the chickens as a rain gauge. Well, certainly as a weather guide. The other day when we had the tornado warning, those girls did not come out of their run out of their shelter all day. And that was very weird. And then yesterday, day before, they wouldn't come out of the coop. And sure enough, we had severe thunderstorm watches on most of the day. And it's like their radar as far as the weather goes. So I know if the chickens are out, it's pretty safe for me to come out, because they won't come out if they're going to get rained on. So I could at least come out and check things out. But if it's raining, there's not a lot I can do today. I could do a little weeding. My stupid cat is up in the asparagus bed again. I'm going to murder him. I'm going to just murder him. The new fence comes tomorrow. So Thursday will probably be fence day, which will keep the cats out, which will keep the groundhogs out, which is kind of disappointing. I enjoy having the cats walking through the garden, but I don't enjoy coming across the bombs when I'm digging. So changes must be made. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. I need to do some housework because, again, I have company coming on Friday. And I have an indoor project that I've been putting off for quite a while, so I may get started on that, but let's see what the day brings. Welcome to another episode of Man Plans and God Laughs. I decided I was going to go back to the blueberry farm and get more blueberries so I could put up some pie filling. I don't think I'm going to be going blueberry picking today. But I ran out on my lunch break and got the clear gel and the canning jars for it. So as soon as the weather changes, maybe tomorrow, I'll go out and get blueberries. But using the chickens as a barometer is turning out to be a very wise choice, because when I left to go get the clear gel, they were out puttering around the yard, and when I got back there was not a chicken to be seen, and I was barely in the door before this deluge started. So chickens, they're dumb as a sack of hammers, but they're also pretty darn smart. Zucchini. Good morning. We got a goodly amount of rain last night, and it looks like we're supposed to get more today. In fact, the girls are telling me we're going to get more today because they don't want to leave the coop yet this morning, which I don't blame them, although it's very nice this morning, if a little humid. I went and checked the garden, mostly because I wanted to check the rain gauge. But I double checked the zucchini, and sure enough, it's zucchini season. This is probably the equivalent of all the zucchini that I've harvested from my garden in the last 3 years combined. I always overplant zucchini because I'm the only person I know who can plant 5 zucchini plants and get 1 squash. So I went overboard, and I think I'm going to pay for it this year. But that's okay. I have friends, I have neighbors, I have freezer, so we'll make it work. But I'm really looking forward to eating those. I'm actually looking forward to my first baseball bat one, because what I do with those is I stuff them with meatloaf. And, oh, the girls are coming out now. I gave them one of the zucchinis just to have something to play with, since they were going to be stuck in their coop all day. But I guess they just needed that little push to get out. I'm going to refill their water for the coop, since it looks like they're going to be spending most of the afternoon in there. And there's not a lot else I can do today because of the weather. I did check on my fence, and it is supposed to come this afternoon. So we'll keep an eye out for the UPS driver. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to start all of my fall crops. Some of them I have to plant in ground. So I'm going to take out one of the pea beds, the one that's eaten down the most. And I'm going to replant that with beets, and pretty much all beets, although I may put carrots in there. I got to think about that. But I want to be able to make 12.5 pints of pickled beets. And I want to can them because I like to make a salad out of canned beets and peas. We just call it beet and pea salad, and it's something that we've eaten since I was a kid. And so rather than have to buy the beets, it'd be nice to just have them in my garden. But I also need to plant brassicas, so that's cauliflower and broccoli, which if I start now, I can still get a harvest because they can endure a couple of frosts until we get to a really hard frost. Kale, spinach, they'll manage through a frost. Swiss chard will manage through a frost. I'm going to start lettuces, but those won't survive a frost, but I just want to have the lettuce because I'm tired of paying for lettuce. And I can attempt another round of cucumbers. I'm going to check and see what's going on with the cucumbers that I have, if not getting chewed down all the time is improving their growing. But otherwise, I'm just going to pull those and plant a new round, and I should have enough time. They've got a 55-day harvest time, so I should have plenty of time to get pickling cucumbers out of there. Those times actually are going to run longer now because the days are getting shorter, so the plants need a little more time to produce, but it's early enough that it should be okay. So that's the plan for today. We all know how plans go. I would really love to be putting up my new fence that's coming, but if it's going to be storming all afternoon, I'm not going to be out messing with electricity. So that'll be tomorrow's project. Let me get these chickens watered and get my day going. I think I missed my window for working out in the greenhouse tonight. I had to run into town to pick up the re-welded handle for the wagon, which I think is going to work out great. I'm really looking forward to getting that on the wagon. But by the time I got back, we've got thunderstorms rolling in, and while I'll be out working in the rain, I don't like to mess with thunder. So I think that's going to be it for today. I did get the new fence in, so that's going to be tomorrow's project. I've already got the Energizer in and charging. This one, the screen is not shattered on, so that's all good. Otherwise, I think that's going to do it. So I hope you all have a great night. Good afternoon and welcome back to the farm. I'm running on about 3 hours of sleep because of all the thunderstorms last night. So my energy is low. But fortunately, the big project for today doesn't take a whole lot of energy. I am going to get the fence set up around the garden. I got talking with the neighbor and ran out of time to finish doing this side, but I got that side done. And I've got 200 feet of fencing, same as I got for the chicken run. And my math guesstimation is really off. I probably could have done with 75 feet, although I think they only came in 50s and 100s, so we'll make it work. That side goes about halfway along the back of the shed, and I think this side might be a little shorter, so we might be able to connect the two fences at the back, which would be great because that will prevent anything from getting under the shed. So I've got to get back into work. We'll come back out and finish this and get it electrified after I get done for the day. not going to touch it because that would be dumb, but I used my tester, and even though I wasn't able to connect it to one of the metal clips, because the best place for it to charge was over there where there aren't any clips, I was able to just attach it directly to the fence, and that's still sending current through the whole system. The gate is joined at this end, and then to that section of fence, which goes all the way around behind the shed, where it joins and is clipped to the other section of fence, which comes all the way around here. So there's no electricity connecting here and here, but that's okay. The circuit is still complete, so both are electrified. And now if I want to get in, all I have to do is lift this up and open it up. Unfortunately, there isn't any way to like prop it open unless I wanted to turn the electricity off, and then I could just lay it on the ground. But then to close it again, I'm just gonna tuck this in there and push this handle down, and there it's closed. Easy peasy. So it does include the whole shed. So if there is currently something living under that shed, it's going to be in the garden. But that may or may not be fine. It's going to get a nasty shock when it tries to come out, and hopefully it'll end up in the trap. But for now, I'm going to call this good, and I feel such a huge amount of relief that it's done and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Well, of course I have to worry about it, but now I can worry about actual gardening and not any of the infrastructure work that's been involved in getting this garden going. There's a couple of places I want to double check where I think the stakes didn't go in all the way, but I'm not too worried about that. So what was going to be a multi-week project took 2 hours. Sometimes it's better to just throw money at a thing. I think that's going to do it for tonight. I've got to go out and run some errands. So thank you for coming along. I hope you're celebrating as loudly as I am that all of these infrastructure projects are done. And I hope you'll come back and see what we get up to tomorrow. Good night, everybody.